gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word.
All right, everyone. How are you guys doing? This is T. Drake. We are going to have a good time. And so, before I get started with our message, your time is now. I wanted to share something with you all. Now, if you're a podcaster, all right, a voiceover artist, or a content creator looking for hyper realistic AI generated voices, you need to check out Fish Audio. Now, whether you need multilingual voice cloning, real-time speech-to-speech conversion, or professional quality narration, Fish Audio has got you covered. So try it today for free at fish.audio and see why it's the best AI voice tool out there. Now remember, head to fish.audio and start creating with AI-powered voices today. So I want to share that with you guys now. I wanted to also share Supermom. Now, if you have not yet voted, I hope that you do. Now, Supermom, there's so many moms that are being amazing. And there's amazing supermoms that are not even in the contest or in this competition. And to them, all of them, I say kudos because moms are always doing a lot. And there are a lot of supermoms out here. So I'm asking for you, if you'll vote for your girl. So it's the 2025 one. So please do vote for me. If you haven't already done so, I hope that you will. It'd be really nice to have that encouraged. So I would really appreciate that. So I also wanted to talk about this is your time. Your time is now. And it seems like sometimes when you're going through things at a certain time, you're trying to do all the things. You want to be involved. You want to do all those things. But for some reason, it's not working. You try as you might. You are consistent as doing all the things. And for some reason, it will not take flight. But I want to encourage you today. You know, the Lord is not slow like people think He's slow. He's always on time, always. And there's never a time that He's not. So I want to share something with you guys just real quick. It's not going to be a long scripture passage, but it's going to be something short. And it's going to be from 1 Peter chapter 5. And I'm just going to read a little bit of passage. And please go back and check out the word for yourself. I always say that and encourage you to go back and read the word for yourself. You need to know it for yourself, not because I said so, but you want to check, like, did I misspeak? And also for your spiritual growth, do you understand what the word says to you specifically? So it says here, chapter 5 in 1 Peter, and I'm going to read verses 6 through verse 8. I'll stop at verse 8. And it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time He may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on Him because He cares for you. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Now, with that being said, when we talk about timing, and it says right there in the word, humble yourself. Now, don't get up there being all cocky like, I think it's my time now. Now, you know what? If it's not your time and the Lord's not saying it's your time, then it's not. But this may just be your time, and your time is now. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting on? If you have the doors have been open, the Lord is leading you in certain directions, and He's pushing you in a certain place, just go. There's no need to continue to, Lord, is this right? And pray consistently. You need to pray anyway, but if there's already doors that are already being opened, guess what you need to do? Your job is just to walk on through, because the Lord has already given you the path, and He's saying, now, the time is now. Now you can walk through, because now He set it up for you and says, now you're ready. Some time ago, you may not have been ready. It may not have been the right time for you, but now it is. Now it is ready. So there's nothing for you to do but to just to walk through what the Lord is providing to you, and don't be afraid about it. Don't worry about other people, what they say, what they think, how they are looking at you. That all zero matters, right? But what matters is that you're doing what you love and that you're doing what you have been called to do, whatever that may be. And I don't know, so I can't tell you, but I'm sure something has been given to you and you know exactly what that is. Now, are you going to go out there and do it and go in faith, or you're just going to be like, I don't know? I don't know, because you don't need to have anxiety. The word reminds us and it lets us know, do not be anxious for anything, but in everything and prayer and supplication, make your requests made known to the Lord. It's not good to be anxious and have anxiety and worry and doubt. I don't know if this is going to happen. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Oh my gosh, I don't know if this is the right time. I don't know how is this going to happen. Where am I going to get the people? How am I going to get the money? I don't know. You're just sitting there and you're wondering upon a wonder, upon another wonder, instead of trusting wholeheartedly in your creator, the one that knows you and knows all things. That's what you should be running for. And sometimes it can take a while, right? Sometimes it can take a while and it's not the time just yet. But can I encourage you that if you haven't stepped out on faith yet, that you step out. The word also encourages to walk by faith and not by sight, not by what these guys up here see, not by our eyes of what we see. Like, it really looks like a terrible situation. I cannot see my way out of it. And guess what? Our natural eyes don't always see a way out of a really, really hard predicament. And I can tell you with this book here, that's also an audio book if you haven't gotten it yet. I recall for me when I was in my dark moment, I didn't see a way out. These natural eyes saw there is no way of escape. There's no way of exit. There is no way of exiting and leaving. There is no escape plan. Nobody's coming for me. There's no help. How in the world am I going to get out of this situation? I felt trapped. I felt lost. I felt alone. I felt like there's no way. But I knew, and I kept reading and praying all the time, Lord, help me to get out of this situation. And he did. But it was in his timing when he did it and still yet kept me safe, me and my children going through domestic violence. And it was a challenge. Don't think it was easy. Like, oh, you got out of it. That was a piece of cake. Anybody can do it. Well, anybody can. However, it is hard to do. You can. God works in the impossible. It is hard to do, but he will help you. He can, he will, and he does. So as I wanted to stand here and encourage you on today, please don't let people that have not endured what you've passed through, don't know your testimony, have no idea of your story, don't let them say, you know what? No thanks. Well, that's fine. No thanks all the way over wherever they're at. But you say, thank you, Lord, because he has been the one that has lifted you up out of the terrible pit of wherever you were. That is an encouragement. That is inspiration. That is something that you hold on to because you know it was nobody else that did it. It's not a man, it's not a woman, it's not an opportunity. There's nothing that you can say when you look at a situation in your life and like, you know what? But God, it was only God. God gets the glory, God gets the credit, God gets all of it. And sometimes we don't understand that. It can get challenging, right? It can get challenging. It can get really downright discouraging. Just thinking, oh my goodness, this is happening. How do I get over this? How do I get out of this? I'm just having just the worst time. And it can be in anything. One of the things for me was housing was a big one for me. I would stress like nobody's business when I was going through domestic violence. I would always find myself not having housing. Housing is an issue. Now I'm needing to find a place. Now I find myself homeless. Now I'm in transitional housing again. Now I find myself homeless again. It was a bouncing back and forth ping pong of me just, oh my gosh, can I just get somewhere stable and just be a permanency somewhere instead of bouncing all over the place? And I was. And it continued until that one day when the Lord changed everything. And I found his love for me in such a way that I was like, you know what? The Lord knows. He's been with me every step of the way. Now, I'm going to say I wasn't perfect through the situation, right? Something happened. I would sit there just taking it, right? I would not be honest if I said, oh, all the things that happened were just my ex. No, there was a back and forth. But at a certain point, I needed to leave that situation because it was not good for me, my kids, and it definitely wasn't good for him because he was continuously doing the things over and over and over, and he was okay with it, and I was not. And it wasn't even about getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, because when you go through domestic violence, being sick and tired is really not what it is. Because my sick and tired was calling on, if it's sick and tired, it's suicide. And I want to delete myself. I want to end it all so I don't have to face it. That was the kind of sick and tired that was not a good one, because it would end up and push me towards a different kind of thinking that wasn't helpful, nor was it right. But sometimes you find yourself in a position, in a situation where you think that's your only recourse of action, your only hope. That's all you have. And then you suddenly stop thinking about, where's your hope in Jesus? You're not even thinking about your hope in Jesus. You're just thinking, I want to end this situation, this suffering of what I'm dealing with right now. And the only thing I can see is one way of escape. And then that person can't harm me again, can't touch me again, can't talk about me again, can't take anything sexually from me again. I can just get away from that person. And I think I found my way of escape. But let me tell you, suicide is never the way of escape. Because although the situation of domestic violence is challenging and hard, trust and believe that, right? It's not an easy thing to pass through, but the Lord is able, and trust and believe he's able, because I'm a living testament, okay? A living testament that you can be delivered from that situation. It's not easy, right? You'll have all kinds of people talking about you, saying all manners of things, and they don't care. It's like, you must like it. You must like living in that situation. You must. Something so despicable to say, very horrible thinking, but they say it anyway. They don't care because they're not going through it. It's just like, I guess you like it because you haven't made a move, so it must be so. I know for me, it has been a journey. It's been a heck of a journey, and it's not done yet. And it continues to just be a journey. Now, on the other side of that darkened road, that journey, going through a dark place where there was not much light, Jesus was there. But for me, I couldn't make it out. I couldn't see. I was so stuck in a dark and ugly place. I was trying to push myself out. I was trying to do the best I could. I was pushing. I was like, oh my gosh, if I could just, and felt like the woman with the issue of blood, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know it'll be okay. One day, it's going to be better. One day. And then he made it better. He made it amazing. But I did pass through something, and that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. You see me on this side, all smiles and bright and just bright and just illuminating. But before, mm, I was a different person. I was a different person. I can realize how much different I am from my countenance, how I speak, how I carry myself. The confidence that is exuding from me is something I haven't felt for a long time. It's almost like it came back. The confidence I used to have before I got married, I was already a confident person, but I was still very passive. But I knew that I was special. I believed I was to an extent. But now this situation has caused me to focus on the Lord and so intently. You cannot think about staying in a place where you are not even looked at as precious. You're not looked at as valuable. You're not looked at as you have anything worth of you. Your time is absolutely now. Now, whatever you have had to pass through, as I have, you look at that and say, you know what? To God be the glory. Because for me, let me tell you guys, for me, I already know it is only by His grace. And I will share that story and I will continue to share it until the Lord calls me home. This is just one of them. This is just one and more to come. But I want to encourage you on today. If you think that your situation is impossible and there's no way you can get out of the situation that you're in, can I encourage you on today that God is the one that can bring you out of that situation? Yes, yes, oh, yes, He can. It is not too far fetched. It is not impossible. It is not hopeless. You are not going to continue to live in despair and defeat and distraughtness and defeatist attitude. You're not going to be living in those moments, in those places, in those spaces. There is a time and a season for all of those things to drop, and things do change, and change is inevitable. It's going to happen. Now, for me, if you would have asked me about how I would be 7 years from now, 7 years past years ago, I couldn't tell you at that time, oh, yeah, I'm going to be so happy and elated and things are going to be looking up for me. I'm like, I can't tell you because I don't know what's going to happen in the next day, let alone the next month, let alone the entire year. One of the things I used to do is because I moved around so much and things were very uncertain, I would write down in every calendar and planner I would say, where am I spending Christmas? Because it was the end of the year. So I wasn't really looking forward to Christmas. I was just wondering, so when Christmas Day comes, where am I? It was always a deciding factor between where I was at and currently, will I still be in this place when December rolls around at the end of the year? Or will the new year find me getting ready to move somewhere else? Or will I have enough time before the new year and then have to move? I would always write that down. It didn't matter. And I would always write it down and then I would write, okay, I'm in this place this year. Christmas, spending the Christmas over here this year. So Christmas was always that kind of moving deadline to see, okay, kind of gauge where I'm going to be. And then sometimes it would be different. Sometimes I might have enough time to just stay where I'm at for a little bit, but then the Lord would move me. He would move me like it's time to move. It's time to go. And that was very frustrating, but I had to do it. I had to move. 90 days to move, maybe a year to get prepared, but it was always moving, moving, moving. But if the Lord hadn't done what He did, where would I be today? where would I be this day? I can tell you I don't know. I have no idea where I would be. Your time is now. Stop waiting for someone to validate what you're doing. They don't know what it is that you want to do. They don't know what the Lord has laid on your heart. They don't understand the vision he's given to you. They don't understand the call, the assignment, the job, the mission, whatever word you want to use. They don't understand what God is calling you to. But I want to encourage you today that it's your time right now. There's no better time like the present to get started on whatever the Lord is having you to do. Whatever that is. If you're a singer and you don't sing, you need to get started. If you're a podcaster like myself and you need a podcast, get started. Why wait? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for your voice to sound better. You're waiting to have more content, less content. What is it that's stopping you from getting started right now today in what he's called you to do? Some of you are procrastinating. Yeah, I said it. I said that nasty P word. Procrastination will keep you stuck like a truck and you're not going anywhere fast. Nobody likes to hear that. Pardon me. And I want to pause for the guys because I'm going to have a little water. Pause for the cause. Don't second guess what it is you've been called to do. There are plenty of people that have a jealous streak for you and what you do. There are plenty of people that are envious. And there are plenty of people that just want to just cut down everything you're doing. They do. But don't let it. Don't let that happen. Don't get skittish. Do what it is that you've been called to do. Your time is now. Listen, I'm running for Supermom 2025. Do I know if I'm going to get it? I have no clue. There's many, many moms that are running. But I'm going to say, oh, well, I can't do it because all of the moms. No, I'm going to take my shot and I'm going to try. I'm going to do my part. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, all these moms are running all across the United States, so I don't even have a shot. I'm just going to like give up right now. I'm giving up before I've even tried, giving up before I've even made an attempt. So what? If I'm fifth, that's okay. I'm fifth. But at least I gave it a really good try and attempt instead of saying, well, that looks like something I could do, but because all these other people, I'm not going to do it. What is that saying? Is there any faith in me because I don't want to run for anything? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that because there's too many people over here. There's tons of podcasters right now podcasting and doing Christian podcasting. They're doing Christian content. They're doing inspirational content, motivational content. They're interviewing independent artists just as I am. They are. But am I going to say, oh, I'm not going to do it because that sister, that brother's doing it, so I don't need to do it? No. I'm going to do still what I've been called to do. And that's one of the things. This podcast for me is not something random. You know, when I started and I always share it, and I always have to share it as a reminder to me when I share the story. And I remember when I first got started and I had my first interview with someone and they had their own podcast. I was like, oh, I'd like to do that. I wonder how can I do it? And I wondered, they never told me how to do it. I just thought, wow, you have your own podcast. I want to do that too. And then I saw on Instagram, I saw Gary Vaynerchuk. For those of you who know who that is, if you do, you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I saw him and he was talking about at the time a podcast platform to do your podcast on. And he was saying, you don't have an excuse as to if you want to start a podcast, you're going to say that you can't. No, there's no excuse now. There's no excuse as to why you can't start one. I'm like, oh, he's like, I don't even care what you talk about. You could talk about Smurfs all day long. I don't care. But if that's your jam, if that's what you want to talk about, and that's what you want to podcast about, then podcast about that. What is it? What is your message? What is your story? What is it that you want to get across to people? Because there should be no reason as to why you can't share it. And I was blown away by that. I was like, oh, he's like, I don't care what you share, but let it not be said that there is an opportunity for you to podcast and you don't take it. And then you're like, well, I can't podcast. And he's already shared that information. So he shared it and I got to it. I was like, you know what? I felt really convicted by him in a little small fashion, but I felt more convicted by the Lord. Like, you have been, somebody shared something to you, right? Now, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to talk about? Like, oh, well, I could talk about celebrity gossip or, something else. No, I didn't want to waste the opportunity, because sometimes we're given an opportunity in a window and you don't want to waste it doing foolishness. So I said, you know what, Lord, I got an idea. I will talk about you. That's what I'm going to do. And at first, I had no idea what I was doing. I'll be honest. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Have you guys ever done that before? Like, you jump and dive into something like, oh my gosh, I think I've taken a little bit more than I can even handle. But then you keep doing it and you find like, wow, this is amazing. And when I started in 2018, I became addicted, like addicted to podcasting and getting my message out there to encourage and inspire others and uplift them from the pits of where they fell, from the pits of just all the things that go on in life, and they could tune in and hear some encouragement and inspiration for them. And I know it has helped. I know it has, because I've had people, when you used to be able to call in and people would leave me voice memos and say, you know what, you always know what to say and you always provide encouragement. I haven't stopped that. I haven't stopped. Now, I'm not doing it as frequently as I used to, like every single day, like boom, boom, boom. I was hitting it and I was like, out to the races, like, let's go. I was in it, but I haven't stopped. Like, I might take a little pause here and there, but that's just a pause. And I'm not pausing because, like, oh, I won't do it anymore. Because the Lord always, 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 always brings me someone that says, hey, I listen to your podcast. I like what you share. I am enjoying it. I'm like, oh, you're listening? It's out there for people to find when they need to find it, when they need to hear an encouraging word. There it is for them to access at their own time. And that's what I want you to do. This is your time. Your time is now. It's time to stop waiting, stop procrastinating, stop wondering, stop trying to wait for somebody else's validation of what you know you're called to do, and just do it. Don't wait another second. Don't wait another moment. Don't put it off till next week, next month, oh, maybe next year. You're pushing it off. Just dive right in. Dive in now. Get started on whatever it is today. Don't wait. It's no better time than now. It's your time. Your time is now, not tomorrow, not 3 weeks from now, not 5 weeks from, not a year from now. Your time is now. So get started right now. Get started on whatever that dream is. Get started on whatever that book is. Get started on whatever the podcasting is. Get started on whatever the singing is. Get started on whatever that thing is. Get started today. Don't wait another second, because someone needs whatever gifting, talent, and ability that the Lord has given you. They're waiting for you. Your audience, your people, your tribe, your folks, your peeps, they're there waiting for you. But you got to get out of your comfort zone and you got to step out. Nobody's going to find you if you don't put yourself out there. And I know it can be a scary place, putting yourself out there, because people are people and they will talk about you like a dog. I know. but they talked about Jesus like a dog. They insulted him all the time to the point where they said, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him, to the point of death. So I get it. But don't be a coward. Don't be scared. Stand on your faith. Know that God has got your back all the way because he is your creator. I don't fear man. I do, however, fear the one that can get rid of my body and my soul and cast them both into hell. I'm afraid of the creator and not afraid like, oh, no. There is a reverential fear, like God does what he wants when he wants because he's sovereign. And his providential hand is always over my life. And it's over yours too, whether you want to believe it or not, right? He's a sovereign Lord. He knows what he's going to do in your life when he wants to do it. He's always very, very active in our lives. Sometimes we don't acknowledge and maybe we don't want to see, but he's always doing something. You just don't acknowledge that. Can you not see? Can you not perceive it? That he is doing a new thing? He will make rivers in the desert. Are you not understanding? It's not going to be the same every single year for the rest of your life. No. So it's your time. Your time is now. I want to encourage you, go out and do whatever it is. Go do the dang thing. Come on. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be scared. And what's the worst that can happen? The thing doesn't work out? Okay. So you can start over or try something different. What, you have an ask for someone and you say, hey, would you like to advertise or want to do something like this with me? And like, no. But what's the worst that can happen? No, it doesn't work out. And then you learn. So I just want to encourage you today. Listen, this is your time. You go out there and you conquer whatever that is. Do not let the way that other people think about whatever you're doing get you down. You keep pushing for that thing. You go out and you be amazing on purpose, okay? Be amazing on purpose and just do whatever it is that you've been called to do. That's all. That's all it has to be. Nothing else. So while I'm telling you this, I hope that you guys, once again, will vote for me for Supermom. #Supermom 2025. I hope you will. And remember, you can get the book, The Gift of Finding God's Love, Guilt and Shame Turned into My Shine. On audiobook, it's available now. You can find it on Audible. You can find it on Barnes & Noble. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it in the paperback. Well, it's getting back into print, but it will be available as well. And I'll have another book signing coming up. There's going to be a few, so please stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, in between time, your time is now. Don't delay any longer. Go on ahead and do whatever you've been called to do. You don't need any validation from anybody else. You pray now that you need to walk it out in faith and just move. Just do it. Just do it. Just like Nike says, just do it. All right, dear hearts. So it's been a great time sharing with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to your girl, T. Drake, from God's Gift to His Word, podcasting godmother of connection. Remember, a big kiss from me to you. And I want to let you know that I love you with the love of Lord Jesus Christ. To you, yes, I do. But I can't love you more than Lord. He loves you immensely, way more than I ever could. And remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. Go out there and be amazing. Be amazing on purpose. I will talk to you guys again really soon. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and I will be catching up with you guys again real soon. Take care. God bless your hearts. Bye now.
God's gift through His word. It's God's gift.